Hello, this is Mr. Buffington. Today we're looking at multiplication with integers and decimals, and we're going to throw in some variables, and at the end I'm going to do a bit of a challenge question when we have multiplication and addition together. And I'm going to do it with this ugly mustard yellow color, just to prove how awesome things can get. Alright, so remember our rules for multiplying. We talked about this in the previous video. Just want to do a quick review. If you've got a robber leaving your house, that's a good thing. So negative, negative is a positive. A robber moving in or a hero leaving would both be negative things. Or a hero moving in would be a positive thing. So if you look at all of this, you'll notice some patterns. If the signs are the same, a negative and a negative, or a positive and a positive, the result is positive. If the signs are different, a negative and a positive, or positive and negative, when the signs are different, the result is negative. That's the rules for multiplying. So again, same signs will give you a positive result. Different signs will give you a negative result. That's the rules that we're going to use, and those will be universal rules for multiplication. And just a quick heads up for the future, it's also the same rules for dividing. So that's kind of nice. You only have to learn this one set of rules for both multiplying and dividing. All right, let's get into it. We're going to solve questions today that involve variables. So all of these will include a step of substituting. So I'm going to ask you to solve AB when A is equal to -4 and B is equal to +9. Go ahead and substitute A equals -4, B equals 9. When two variables are next to each other like that, AB, it implies that you multiply. So we're going to multiply -4 times 9. 4 times 9 is 36, and because the signs are different, we have a negative times a positive. We'll end up with a negative result. Go ahead and pause the recording. Try and figure this one out on your own. What's 2x when x is equal to 13? If you substitute x equals 13 into this expression, 2 times 13 gives you 26. It's a positive times a positive, the most common kind of multiplying, and it gives you a positive result. So that's a positive times a positive, giving you a positive result. Now we're going to look at a question with a decimal in it. Two decimals, actually. -3.4y when y is equal to 4.7. The rules for multiplying are exactly the same with decimals, so go ahead and give this one a shot. Try and solve that one on your own. When you're solving, did it look like this? Did you at first substitute 4.7 in for y? When you multiplied, did you get -15.98? Again, it's positive 4.7, but it's being multiplied times that -3.4, so your end result's going to be negative, and it's going to be -15.98. We're going to try another one like this. -0.2r when r is equal to -9.1. Our first step will be to substitute -9.1 in for r. This gives you a negative times a negative, and that will be a positive result. Remember, a negative negative is a result of a positive. It's like the robber leaving, right? That's a negative negative, and the end result's a good thing. All right, so we're going to add one more challenge question at the end, and that's this one, where the equation is 3ab plus c when a equals -2, b equals 5, and c equals -8. This is the last question for this lesson, and it's incorporating both the rules for multiplication, and we also have to remember the rules for adding. So we have to remember back to those rules that we learned for adding and incorporate them into this equation or this expression. Let's start off by substituting 3ab plus c. We're going to substitute in A equals -2, B equals 5, and C equals -8. Notice I use those parentheses to separate the symbols so we don't have a plus minus next to each other. Now we're going to follow the order of operations. You have to multiply before you do your addition. All multiplication and division gets done before addition and subtraction. So we're going to start off with 3 times -2. 3 times -2 gives us -6. Everything else remained the same. In our next step, we have -6 times 5. Negative times a positive gives you a negative again. And now we've finished all of our multiplying. Now that the multiplication is finished, we can then add. Now, with adding, and this is the key point when multiplication rules and addition rules are different. When you're adding a negative plus another negative, you get an even bigger negative. So we are going to join these two together for -38. All right, if you haven't done rules for addition and subtraction yet, you might want to hold off on this one or watch a previous video. But that one, if you've done rules for addition and subtraction, that should be a good review for you looking back. I hope that lesson was helpful for you. Just do a quick review here. The rules for multiplying, if the signs are the same, you get a positive result. The rules for multiplying, if the signs are different, you get a negative result. Hope that lesson's been helpful for you. Have a wonderful day.